we're going to try and wrap up some of the madness that unfolded across the weekend with the underdogs in the club rugby world winning all across the country, starting at a pack like Hard Oval. Fellas, that image alone on the wide shot just brings such warmth to my heart. Anyone who says to you or your friends that rugby's dead, give them a clip themselves, because that just shows me how much they love to the game at a grassroots level and what a game it was.
Yeah, the eighth wonder of the world there, Leichhardt. It was absolutely heaving, and it's great. Like, over the whole weekend in Shute Shield,
look at the hill.
There was five different clubs in one.
Yes.
A grade, or Coulter a grade, which is unbelievable. It just shows how strong that comp is, how much the game is always growing. And I'm such a firm believer that if the Waratahs aren't doing well, people still want to see good footy. So they go down to their local park, they watch good footy, they enjoy it, they love that club atmosphere, and it was such a good game of footy. It couldn't have been like a better postcard for our game.
Yeah, 14-3 up, Warringah, outstanding start, but then once it got back to 17-all, I did think East had the momentum. They were going to win that one. Their forward pack were outstanding. East, Archie Gavin was brilliant.
Any relation to Tim?
It's Tim's son.
Oh, it's Tim's son.
Yeah,
God.
Yeah, so they just didn't manage the game. Like their game controllers, East's, did not manage the back end of the game, and I think with Jack Bowen, East win the comp. That's the worst game I've seen East play in 2 years, which shows how good they've been. They've been outstanding. But on the Warringah side, every single one of their players, from the starting 15 to the guys that come off the bench, were positive contributors. They had everyone play well, and that's what it took to beat East. It was an outstanding victory.
And from a club Warringah as well, like they're not a huge club. And the last decade, they have been in and around that first grade final every single year. It's been such an incredible rise from a great club, and you know, the passion that they had after the game, you should have seen the hill. They were talking about how they had 8 buses coming down from Warringah. It was absolutely mad scenes. And this guy, gee whiz, Clayton Franz, I was so pleased to hear yesterday that Waratahs have picked him up for that Australian Super round, and that's why this comp's so good. This comp, the Melbourne comp, Perth comp, this is our third tier. This is why I believe the third tier is strong, and hopefully with some of that surplus monies from the Lions, we can keep pumping this club competition better and better.
Yeah, so at the end, there's a gentleman's agreement in club rugby that because of looking after the venue, you do not invade the pitch after full time. So in 2023 in Randwick, they said, whatever you do, don't let your supporters invade the pitch. We will wait and we'll open the gates for them to get on. Last year, East, they waited. Mate, the Hillbillies, they broke every LED screen there is, jumping the fence to get out there. It meant a lot to them, mate.
It was such a good afternoon, such a good watch. Daz Hawthorne, who is the head of the Hillbillies, this lunatic who crawls down from the surrounding areas of Rat Park each week and leads the Hillbillies, had his beard dyed green for the big game, and he led that charge out and got to enjoy it. Just quickly, I know Josh Holmes was coach of that team alongside Boyd Killingworth, and there's some Pearly and those guys are tied up there as well. But Luke Holmes was part of the renaissance of bringing community in with the club and led that fight back for Warringah many years back, sort of ahead of 2016 it must have been, reconnected with the community. So that's how you get it done. You connect with the community and you win yourself a Shute Shield. Well done, Raddies. Well done at East as well, who also had an amazing year in the Shute Shield. Now to the Hospital Cup. This was the all-time Sunday afternoon watch. Did you get to see it with First Mate at the same time?
I watched a minute. It was on the same time, yeah. Mate, and I was getting updates from a few brothers guys.
This game, Fang, was epic. That's my new favourite player in Australian rugby, Tyler Campbell. He was outstanding.
And, super good, because it's been a Brisbane-dominated competition for so long. Taking that title back down for the first time in 25 years, I think, all the way back down the highway. But Bond Uni, they were so good all game. They've been good the whole season, and they got their day. Brothers were probably the favourites, but I think
Brothers were strong favourites, Fang.
Very much
strong.
They
strong
got the
favourites.
job done though, and they just squeezed them. Like the pressure they had, the expansive play that Bond played with, sort of just really squeezed out that bigger Brothers team.
I thought, what about Cartwright, Morgs? Like, this kid's going to have. The brethren are going to be going nuts for Cartwright. He scores 3 tries in the GF, and it doesn't end up being enough. That was a great grab.
He just needs a nickname. Like Tim Ryan, Tim Ryan got one. He kicked on. Now he needs one, Cartwright.
Just Carty?
Yeah, we've got to do better than that.
What about the go-kart?
The go-kart. I don't mind that.
Might work.
Yeah, mate, that was it. The other thing about Brothers, the last couple of comps they've won at the death too, and you thought, as it went along, There's an absolutely amazing try, obviously in the right corner from Bond, but there was still time left. Like, this was one of those proper seesawing battles. But brilliant for Bond, brilliant.
This bloke was so good. Obviously, I don't get a chance to watch much Hospital Cup, but the nugget little number 12 was so strong on the way through. And what gave this win even more validation, wait for the late shot here, I know we've missed that. They did it with 3 guys in the bin across various parts of the game, did. The Bull Sharks, they wanted to do it the tough way. And then it all came down to the final plays of the game. So you think Brothers going to win. It was just seesaw after seesaw after seesaw.
Gee whiz, everyone likes a good set piece. Try to take the title.
Yeah, and this was Georgie Blake around the corner.
This was it. Sorry, I made a mistake before. This is the first title they've ever won, Bond. So
yes.
They are absolutely buzzing.
Is it the first title?
Yeah,
first
ever.
One,
yeah.
So this was everyone was on the edge of the seat here towards the back end of the game. Brothers had a chance to win it, and they just, geez, it was such an exciting game.
The go-ahead try is the one.
Yeah,
the go-ahead try with the kick is unbelievable.
It's so good. Wait for the little jab and the bounce. Swaney's dying inside as Bon Uni reclaimed the lead against his beloved brothers.
They had 6 Queensland Reds in it as well. So
who all played really well too.
Exactly. And this is why the competition's so good at the moment in all the different states, because the super teams have left behind and they've started picking as much as possible from their own competitions, and that's sort of breeding better and better teams and players every week.
And that's how close it was. That's the brothers right there at the death. Oh, that's just brilliant.
And the scenes, there's nothing better than that.
At the spiritual home there. And what a great Amy Keenan, of course.
Yes.
Goes back to club rugby from Super Rugby coaching and is successful at a different place. Like, lots of people went, a bit like you at Fang, it's in uni. Like, anyone could win if you're at uni. You're so good at UQ for so many years. But Sean Hedger, another guy, goes back, Bond, and contributes. Great for Heenan as well to go back and be successful.
Is that his 8th title? I think he needs more than one hand to cover off each of his titles. Now won the first one ever for the mighty Bull Sharks. So it was a big weekend for Bon Uni because their women were also victorious. So well done to the Bon Uni women for getting the chocolates in the decider, and so to the Ratettes, who also got their result locked away. There's Bon Uni, too good against East at Ballymore. So that's Sydney ticked off. That's Queensland looked after. A WA Premier grade. And I want to tell you both. I tipped Wanneroo last week.
You did tip them,
Wanneroo.
Yeah. You got one right.
So they've come from bottom of the ladder last year to their first title in 25 years. It's just epic. Epic weekend of underdog wins.
Yeah, their first title in 25 years, Wanneroo. So I think this competition's getting bigger and better every year because the Force are putting so much emphasis into their community game. And these players, they're enjoying that. They're reaping the benefits of that. They pick a lot from this competition. And the players, like this team, they could easily come and compete anywhere over on the eastern seaboard, which would be great to see one day, especially to get some of these premier teams playing against other in a sort of round robin tournament. But well done to Wanneroo. It was doesn't seem to be a lot of defence in that final scoreline, but very, very exciting game.
It's springtime, baby. You want to see points in spring.
And look how packed the crowd is. Yeah. Like, it's absolutely full there. And who would have thought that a while ago over in WA?
Yeah, brilliant. That was brilliant. They were excellent all year, weren't they, Wanneroo? That's a good club. And on the same theme as you mentioned, Sean, Saturday afternoon after the Shute Shield, I watched the women's final as well.
From WA?
Yeah, from WA. And same theme, the same team that won the men's won the women's, the Divas from Wanneroo as well. But tell you what, there was controversy at the back end of this game. Like, I was searching for some rugby to watch, and it was NPC or watch this, and I watched this game, and there was a bit going on at the back end, but Wanneroo get the win there as well in the women's.
Can you wrap it quickly, ChatGPT styles?
No, it was very well-deserved victory in controversial circumstances around a late try and some refereeing decisions.
Okay.
But it was, I tell you what it was expansive as well. And same thing, like, you see the sunshine in there, you saw the sun at Leichhardt Oval. It's been a wet winter, of course, on the East Coast too. Once the weather dried out, the last couple of weeks of finals have been high scoring across the board.
From Perth, back across the Nullarbor to Canberra, and it was Uni North's Owls with another first ever premiership. This is wild. What a weekend of upsets, taking down the powerhouses that are Tuggeranong Vikings in the GF down there in the Dent Cup. I don't know, fellas, you'd be a millionaire if you had a sneaky little multi running. A millionaire.
I'll tell you what there was. I think there was a little sweep with the Sevens boys and the coaches at Rugby Australia.
Yeah.
And I think Morris Longbottom's the only one that got them all right.
Did he?
Got them all right, yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
I love that.
I don't think you'd get a price, but the price would have been good. And that's that's Laurie Fisher's club.
Great
Last
scenes.
time they won, Lord was in the team.
Okay.
So it's a little while ago.
Hang on a second. Lord was in the team the last time they won.
Yeah, that's what I got sent today as information. So
I
if
think
it's wrong,
pre-merger.
Pre-merger.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, it's been
That's
a
going
while.
back a
Yeah,
ways.
it's been a while.
That's going back a ways. And then in the Prem 15s grand final down there, it was the West Lionesses who got it done against Uni North South. So sadly, we didn't keep that Quinella running all the way around the country.